Well, hello, sweets. This is Shalandra, the beautiful woman that breathes life into Shaloncé, and welcome to day 15 of my journey of a fallen independent professional wrestler. If this is your first time here and this happens to be the first time you've seen this video, welcome, and I highly encourage watching the other videos. If you're returning, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your support. If you're returning or you're new and you're wondering when you go through the videos, you see like maybe a couple of days missing, there's only one day that I didn't film, but the rest of the days are most likely lives and they're in the live stream section of my channel. But I just wanted to kind of clarify all that. So I am sticking true to my promise of creating this unedited series where I'm just talking to you guys about my life and my plans and what's really happening, and giving you a look into Shalandra, which is the person behind Shaloncé. Because many of you are on this channel because you've grown to really appreciate Shaloncé, or you're there to make fun of Shaloncé, or you just want to see what Shaloncé is going to do next. And regardless of the reason why you're here, you're here. But I am Shalandra, and I have things that goes on in my life that impacts Shaloncé, and I just kind of want to give you an insight to everything, and also talk about things that we struggle with in the independent professional wrestling community, so you can kind of get a better understanding of what your favorite indie wrestler goes through, and maybe, you know, it will help. And I don't know, but I've said all that before, but I just kind of want to get used to an intro that may be somewhat helpful. I want to give you an update about yesterday video. I showed you that I was getting ready to head down to my hometown to go help my mother because she needed to go to urgent care. And I was really exhausted in that video. This past week, I really haven't slept well. And I was really experiencing pain in my neck and shoulder and my lower back. And come to find out, Mother Nature came, and I now know my body enough to know, like, usually when Mother Nature is coming, I get more aches in my body, like past injuries or things that are just irritated. They just tend to hurt more. So my lower back is in pain, my shoulder hurts, my neck hurts, sorry. And yeah, so that's why I'm probably in a lot more pain than usual. And also I haven't really rested. And those of you who are out there, you know anything about like body recovery, rest is essential. It's very important. Sleep is really important. So when you're not getting sleep and your body is also fighting against you, it's really hard to recover and heal, and that's probably what's happening. But I went down to my hometown to help my mother, and yes, it can be really stressful, and sometimes it can be really a pain because I live 2 hours away and I have a sibling that lives 15 minutes away, but yet I'm the one that has to go and continue to help my mom. And it's also hurtful because if, like, my mom needs medical care and she has to wait for me to come. Because if you know anything about like the true Black people, just letting you know, like going to the doctor, calling an ambulance, like that's just not in the cards, because they're always thinking about money. They could be about to take their last breath, but they're like, I may take my last breath, but you're not getting my last penny. And so thus my mom will wait 2 hours to go to urgent care, opposed to risking her life driving herself, which is understandable, or calling an ambulance and then having to pay money for something that may not even be serious. So that was my mom. But I took her and she's doing okay. They diagnosed her with a sprained ankle. But why this is really nerve-wracking is that my mother is a diabetic that didn't take care of herself. So injuries for her have to be watched. They're very important because she doesn't heal like many of us. So she says she heard like a pop in her foot, and next thing you know, her ankle started to swell, and they ran a test and all they cared about was the bone. And they said that there are no broken bones. So they just sent her home with a sprained ankle. So I'm praying that's just what that is. But I'm also hoping that they're not misdiagnosing her and that it's a ligament or a tendon, because while I'm a person that I would like to know more and will actively go to seek out more, my mother's just perfectly content with that diagnosis and she won't inquire for anything else. So keep her in your thoughts and your prayers because she really needs it. because she gets really discouraged too. You know, my mom, she is at that stage in her life where she's by herself a lot more than she's with people, and she's thinking about the choices she's made, and sometimes it just sends her to a not so good place, and my heart goes out to her. So just keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She can truly appreciate that. Now, the day before yesterday wasn't the easiest day for me because I went back for that checkup that I was telling you guys about to determine whether or not I would need surgery, and I just did not get the news that I wanted to get. I really hope I was clear in that video, but in the event that I wasn't, I knew that I had a shoulder injury, and on day one, I gave them all my symptoms. I never deviated from my symptoms. And then I saw this PA guy, which I didn't know that he was my PA, because I thought I was gonna go see another doctor, and apparently that's not who I saw. But anyway, this guy did the best he could, but they were really just concerned with treating the shoulder. And so I was referred to the surgeon specialist the last time, and that's when he gave me a shot and told me, give it a month and I'll come back and we'll determine whether or not I need surgery, because my bicep is not stable. My bicep is moving. And they said that's actually really common when you have anything related to like a labrum tear or rotator cuff tear, that the bicep is not feeling as secure. So he just wants to make sure that that's the accurate surgery that I need. And so I go back and he's just like, the symptoms that you're giving, it actually sounds like it could be a neck injury that's prolonging the healing of my shoulder. And what frustrates me is that I've been saying these symptoms this whole time, and they finally let me see someone who really knows what he's talking about. And now he's sending me to someone else who knows what they're talking about to diagnose my back, my neck. And it's just so annoying because I feel like I'm wasting freaking time. I had my comeback plan in January. It was Shaloncé's comeback tour. I reached out for people for gear. I put in my mind that I was going to do it myself because I know a lot of gear makers are not going to take me last minute or take me at all. I reached out to promoters. I'm on posters. I'm working in storylines. Like, I was going to go back in January, and then just for them to say, we're going to get you in as soon as possible. And the soonest availability for me to go see this neck, back, and whatever doctor is on January the 14th. And my comeback was supposed to be the first week of January. And that is so freaking heartbreaking to me. It's so freaking heartbreaking. Now, I have to divvy up these videos to make sure that they're able to actually get uploaded, because I see the longer they are, I'm risking it not being able to make it. So I'm going to cut it off here and I'm going to pick up for part 2.